When we talk of extraterrestrials, we tend to assume that they are hundreds of years, if not millennia, ahead of us technologically. But what if that assumption is wrong? The assumption that aliens would leave us in the technological dust seems to be rooted in the idea that if they have the ability to travel from one star system to another, navigating all the physics pitfalls that come with that, then they must be leaps and bounds ahead of us in, well, everything. I'm not convinced of that, and here's why. Let's do a quick inventory of our technology, the stuff we know exists today. Quantum computers are touted as being able to engage the computational resources from parallel universes. Just ask Steve Jerviston, tech investor and board member of D-Wave Systems, the only outfit that has brought a quantum computer to market, and SpaceX, the ones that figured out how to land rockets, and are currently planning a peopled mission to Mars. He's on record making the claim about parallel universes, and I believe him. These machines are in use today, and even more powerful machines are in the works and have only a few more problems to overcome. Tough ones, I admit, but our ability to leverage their true potential may be just around the corner. It's reasonable to project that these machines will be at our disposal within 10 to 15 years. These are computers that will outperform a traditional universe-sized computer. I think any intelligent species would be interested in getting their hands on one of those. Now consider smartphones. If I was to go jump into my time machine and go back to 1995 and show myself the smartphone I own today, my mind would be blown. Unfortunately, my time machine runs on kitten tears, and I just can't stomach harvesting them. But seriously, this technology appeared to come out of nowhere. The first smartphone was developed in 1992 and released in 1994 by IBM, but the smartphone that became accessible to much of the planet was only released in 2007. It's currently 2020. That's only 13 years ago. What other tech is about to emerge that will change everything? We've seen it happen several times over the last century. I think we may be due for that next big jump. Now, acknowledging that our attention spans are stressed these days, I have to blow over a few examples of tech that is springing up all around us, like 3D printing, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, brain-computer interfaces, interplanetary travel, renewable energy. Did you know we figured out how to recycle sunlight? Fusion energy, and self-driving cars, because I want to focus on this next example, next-gen flight tech. The US has been a leader in this area for decades. Their stealth technology was a hot topic in the rumor mill for years. Their F-117 was approved for in-field operation in 1983, but was never unveiled to the public until 1988, and it had been in development for years prior to this. What could they be working on today? Let's take a look at what the media is hinting at that could be in our arsenal, similar to how they speculated about the capabilities of the F-117. The Drive, in October of 2019, published a jaw-dropping article detailing patents that were filed with the US Patents Office that read as though they were technologies not unlike what we are observing in the UFOs buzzing around our skies. Quoting from the article, "The war zone has been reporting on a set of bizarre patents assigned to the US Navy that describe radical new technologies that could absolutely revolutionize the aerospace field, and frankly, the very way we live our lives. These include high-energy electromagnetic fields used to create force fields and outlandish new methods of aerospace propulsion and vehicle design that basically read as UFO-like technology." Luis Elizondo and his team at ATIP used these 5 observables to classify UFOs as outside our inventory: anti-gravity lift, sudden and instantaneous acceleration, hypersonic velocities without signatures, low observability or cloaking, and trans-medium travel. Now, I believe Elizondo when he says the capabilities observed in the UFOs we are seeing today, and frankly for the past several decades, are not in our inventory. But what if it is under development, like in the years prior to the F-117 being approved for flight tests? Elizondo indeed had access to some of the most top-secret projects, but it's not inconceivable that he was in the dark about under-development techs. The tech detailed in just that one article would cover several of the 5 observables. In fact, we have tech in the field and openly spoken about that is on the trajectory to satisfy several of these criteria. We have hypersonic vehicles and cloaking or low observability tech. A startup just unveiled an invisibility tech. Also, one thing Elizondo mentions about the Lieutenant David Fravor encounter is that these UFOs have been observed jamming sensors of our fighter jets. We have technology that could do that. We can jam cell phone signals, radar signals, drones, and even satellites. So nothing out of this world here. The truth is, we need to consider the idea that we, as a species, are a real contender. That we may very well have at our disposal technology that competes with the technology of other intelligent species, or has the potential to, and or is on the trajectory to, in the not too distant future. Just imagine what techs could become commonplace within the next 15 to 20 years. The flurry of activity we are witnessing in our skies today may very well be a precursor to being welcomed into a new age where we are able to bring real value to an intergalactic table. As we move forward into this new unknown, we need to remember to value ourselves and our accomplishments. We are an extraordinary species, and despite our shortcomings, we have a potential that is limitless. Thank you for listening. If you like my work, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. And remember, love is the answer, whatever that means.